What's going on, guys? My name is Chris Warrens, and I'm a full-service concierge watch dealer. I have a nonprofit for veterans, and I also coach and consult entrepreneurs up to the 8-figure mark through my consulting company, Warrior Consulting, and the same lessons that I give you here today are the exact same ones that I've used in 15 years of entrepreneurship, and so have my clients to dominate their day. Now, on today's show, we're going to talk about the 4 tips to developing effective leadership skills for new entrepreneurs. This is a bunch of lessons that I've learned along the way in my 19 years as a leader. I'm going to teach you guys the fundamentals for you new entrepreneurs to how to develop effective leadership skills now. So let's get into the show. Okay, so let's start with the first tip. Number 1, be a follower first. Straight up, learn to fucking follow first. Then you will become a strong leader. 19 years ago, when I was a private in the Army, I had to learn to follow leaders first. 2.5 years later, I became a sergeant. Thus, I began leading. But in those 2.5 years, I followed a bunch of strong leaders and took little pieces from them to create the beginning of my leadership style. Being a great follower first, following strong leaders and learning from them, crafting your leadership style is the key to being a phenomenal leader. All you got to do is follow first. Number 2, get really okay with being wrong. And I used to never be wrong, but to be a really good leader, to be a strong leader, you got to be okay with being wrong. Why? Because you'll get the respect of your people. About midway through my entrepreneurial career, whenever I was wrong, what I would do was I would raise my hand and I would drop down and do 50 push-ups. So when I'd raise my hand, I would say, hey, I made a mistake. This is what I did wrong. I'm going to drop down and do 50 push-ups. So what happened? So I'd announce to sometimes 100 people, 200 people that not only I was wrong, but I also got a really good pump out of it. Number 3, listen to your people. As a leader, right? Most people just want to be heard. Your people just want to be heard. So get really good at understanding this. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen more and speak less. The more you listen to your people, the more you'll hear about what your people value, like, and dislike, which will empower you to be a better leader. Number 4, straight up, just own your fucking shit. Own your shit. You are responsible not only for your mistakes, but the mistakes of your team and your people. If you point the finger elsewhere, avoiding the responsibility, you will not only lose respect from your people, but you can lose yourself along the way and potentially your business. The only place the finger should be pointing is back at you, outside of extenuating circumstances. As a leader, you got to get really good at owning your shit and taking responsibility for everything that you and your team do, because fundamentally you're the leader. It falls on you. Okay, so those are my 4 tips to developing effective leadership skills for new entrepreneurs. I promise you, if you implement those 4 tips, you too can become a really strong leader. The first piece is you just got to learn how to follow. Now, guys, if you have any questions on any of this content, just drop a comment below. I personally want to talk to you. I respond to the comments. Make sure you hit like. What that does is gets this show out to other new entrepreneurs that need to learn this. And definitely make sure you subscribe, guys. I know 90% aren't subscribed. So help me out. I helped you out, and I'll catch you next time.